Hi everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to start a new project, and I have this beautiful paper by, is it Carbella? How do you say this? CB, it's called CB. It's called Sparrow Hill. So I have 9 double-sided papers, these, which are 12 by 9. I think. Let me get into them because I have to decide what size I'm going to make this journal. So it doesn't really say. I have ink in my finger. Not ink. I have paint in my fingers in case you're... All right. So it looks like, I'm going to say 8 by 8. I don't know. Here's a bigger one. Can you see this? Lots of cutouts, super pretty for spring. Lots of cutout. I love the birds. So, all right, I have that. And then I have this 8 by 8. How come this one doesn't say A4? What is A4? I don't know. I'd have to measure it. But I have the 8 by 8 paper. I have 6 by 6 paper. And then I have some big sheets. So I have plenty of paper. Look at this. Look how pretty. Oh my. Super pretty. I should measure this. So this, I don't know what this is. 9 by 9. Where are my rollers? Still trying to get organized in my craft room. This is like 8 1/4. Yeah, 8 1/4. So, all right, that's fine. All right, so then I pulled all this wallpaper out of a wallpaper book I have. Super pretty. My camera's like, there you go. That I think would go so well with it. I obviously got way too much, but I'll go through, I'll take a second look and see what really complements the designer paper, the pattern paper. All right, I picked up these doilies yesterday from an antique shop, and 2 of them were $2 and one was $2.50, and I didn't think that was bad at all. So there's one. I'm dropping things on the floor here. This is a pretty, this was the one that may have been $2.50, and then this one here. So I thought I could cut those out. So I kind of want to make this a little, I don't know if I want to say shabby chic, but very spring. I had picked up this table runner from Hobby Lobby last year, and it was really inexpensive. I paid a couple dollars for it, literally. So I may use this, or I have, this is also a little table. I probably paid a dollar or two for this too. So I need to decide which one I want to use for my cover. And I pulled these out of paper pumpkin boxes. They are the perfect journal size, although this might be 9. And I have 8 by 8 paper, and I have 6 by 6. So I may want to cut that down to 8 inches. Is what I'm thinking, because the other one was 8 1/4. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So let me play around with this a little bit, figure out what I want to do for the cover, and then I'll be back and try to make the cover online. Okay, I decided to use this beautiful table runner. I had no remorse cutting it. That's what I bought it for. And like I said, I only paid a couple dollars for it. I also bought some batting the last time I was at Joann's. It's kind of thin, but it gives a nice little layer of softness. I usually like to use a rotary cutter to cut these things, but I don't have anything protective on this desk yet. So I just cut it down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the layer of batting on first. Now I do have these nice strips here that I got from packaging. I don't know if I want to use that, or I could use 2 of these. Yeah, let's use this here. I cut it to 8 1/2. I decided I don't need it to be, you know, as small as the paper. The paper is going to go inside. I even thought about doing kind of a really shabby kind of journal and having this smaller and having things really hang out. But I'll start with this way. I can always have things come up bigger, ruffles, ribbons. This is going to be a little bit of a different journal for me, I think. And it's going to be fun to make. I'm excited. I love this paper. I really like the cover here that I'm going to make. I'm cutting this down to 8.5. And the first thing I'm going to do is glue these two together so they're ready to go. It doesn't matter how they go, really. I'm going to use, I think, some Fabri-Tac. Let's use the old first. See if this works. I have to be really careful. I don't want to get any of this on this desk. But I do want to use up the old bottle. All right, I think I want to go grab something real fast, even if it's just a layer of paper. All right, that'll work. Set that off to dry. Let me just pull in this paper from the other day and just put that down. Have a little bit of protection on the desk here. I don't want to regret it. So, all right, so I think I'm going to lay this down right on the edge here. Once I get it all glued up, oh, what a mess this glue is. It smells pretty bad too, I have to say. Never been a fan of the smell. Although I'm sure some people like it. Kind of not, you know, it's kind of, it's not gas, it doesn't smell like gas, but, you know, sometimes, I guess when I was younger, I thought gas smelled good. I don't really feel that anymore when I go to the pump. It's a little painful, actually, right? So I'm going to, but it has like that kind of chemically, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it at all. Fabri-Tac smell. Sometimes I actually don't even use it because of that. All right, so I'm just gonna glue that up and stick it down. I think this bottom edge is straight. This is the bottom of the batting. All right, I'm gonna get that on real good. Just gives it a layer of softness. I didn't really look at the two. Yeah, I guess it's on the outside there is right. And then I'm gonna stick this down. I went through this really fast, this bottle. It probably wouldn't hurt to get more because I made a bunch of journal covers. But I'm excited to move on to a new project. All right, and then I'm gonna put this here. Try to make it straight. I usually have my T roller. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to put this side down. Yeah, I've done a lot of work in here in my craft room the last few evenings, and it's getting there. I did order a little shelving unit. I separated out all my like layering papers, large from small, ephemera. So they're in their own little little boxes, if that's what I want to call it. So I just have to grab it off the shelf and bring it over here to the table when I want to use it. I thought about separating like Tim Holtz out separately, but I didn't. I figured I'd have everything together. So when I need it, it's there. And I just have to pull it out. All right, let me make sure that's okay. And it is. And this one's okay. It's gonna fold up like that. Let me turn it over. All right, I am gonna let that dry before I cut it off, the excess. And then I'll come back and put the beautiful table runner fabric on top. So I'm gonna let this sit here and dry, clean up a little bit, and I'll be back. All right, I did get my mat down, and I wanted to use my rotary cutter around the batting, and I didn't obviously want to jeopardize my table. So I had originally started cutting this open, and I guess I can now that I have the batting. You could see the, yeah, let me take this layer off. I could probably just rip it. Like I said, I have no remorse doing this. I paid a couple dollars. It was the end of the season last year, end of summer, so I probably got it in the fall. And I thought it was really pretty, and I got it for this purpose for journal covers. And it would go really, really well on this one. So I'm going to put my, I'm going to put this down first. Let me cut this thick, I keep going for my rotary, yeah. My rotary knife. Let me just cut this thick piece off. And I might do the same down here. All right, so this goes down. I did knock this when I was putting the mat underneath. So let me make sure it's down. At this point, it doesn't matter what's up, what's down, other than obviously this has to be face down. All right, and that's there. So what I think I want to do is put glue all over this. Do I? I've done it both ways. I put glue down on this, and I have not put glue down on this. So I hope it doesn't make it real hard. I think I might just do around the edge. Fabri-Tac. Not my friend. Let me try to raise it up a little so I'm not dragging the fabric from the batting. Sometimes when you put it all over, it makes the cover kind of hard, and I don't really want that. So other than this little bit right there, I think I'm gonna keep it. You just have to make sure you stretch it well. Some of these little, hold everything. Some of these threads, although they seem to be connecting from flower to flower. So maybe I don't want to cut those because I don't want the threads to unravel. I want to get as many of these flowers on the cover as I can. All right, I'm going to turn it over and press it down. This would make a pretty front right there. Is there a, they look a little upside down, but not really. I guess they go all different directions. Yeah, they seem to go all different directions. All right, so I want to cut off some extra on the sides. And by cut, I mean tear. I've saved this because I can use this for other things, especially this really beautiful embroidery. I might not cut through those. And then a little bit here. I'm going to try to save that one flower down there. Almost. There we go. All right, so here we have this. It's pretty even. It doesn't have to be super even. All right, one thing I do want to do is make sure I get glue along these edges. So I'm going to do that first. All right, and then I'm going to put about an inch or so right in here of the glue. And I'm going to pull this down and make sure it's pretty tight. All right, looks pretty good. And then I'm going to not get caught up in strings and do the same thing on the bottom, except little strings want to stick to my fingers. I'm going to put a row of glue here along the edge so that it really adheres nicely there. And then enough for the fabric. And really kind of pull it up, because you want it kind of tight. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of loose. Oh, that's so pretty. I really love this. I love it. All right, and then I'm going to, I forgot to cut the corners, which I should have done before I put these two sides down, but that's okay. It's gonna work out just fine. All right. Cut the extra. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I am gonna put the, what are these called? The corner protectors, the metal. So I don't try to do this super perfect. I mean, I kind of want it perfect, but I know I'm gonna cover my corners. So I'm not overly worried about it. I do like to get that in kind of nice. Same with that. And then everything's sticking to me. And I'm going to pull this up and try to get a pretty nice corner here. That little flower is in the way. Like I said, this corner, it's going to get covered, so I do want it tight. So I'm going to pull on it a little bit here and make sure, yeah, that's fine. I do the same thing to this side. Let me cut these little edges off. I don't have too much paper not paper, fabric. That would have come off if I had remembered to do this step before I folded that, the top and the bottom down. Get some glue along here. And on here. Okay. All right, and then, of course, I have to cover this, and I might do it with the offcut of the fabric. Where is it? Wherever I put it, over here. So I'll probably just use this. And it's kind of cool. It has the impression of the flower. But I have to make some decisions at this point. Do I want to put tags, not tags. Do I want to put ribbon in here so that before I put that down, so then I have something to tie on the side? I need to decide if I'm going to put a brad in there with a pull ring so that I can have the, you know, the tassel. I don't know why I want to call it a tassel. What is a tassel? Is that anything? So yeah, I'm going to think about this because honestly, I didn't think about it beyond the cover. So all I would do is, you could see through this a little bit. So, or I could paper here. I could put decorative paper. The other thing I need to decide is if I want to put, a pocket on the side, because if I do, now's the time to sew that, whether it's on this, like take some paper, cut about 2 inches, and then sew around it. All right, so you have your pockets on there. So lots of little decisions to be made, nothing major, but I'm gonna let this sit and dry. And then when I come back for part 2, I'll have all that worked out and I'll show you what I decided. All right, have a great day. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. It helps push it out there in the YouTube world. I love your comments and questions. I read everyone and respond. And I appreciate each and every one of you. If you feel so inclined to subscribe to my station, I would love to have you. My station, yeah. I'm not a news broadcast. My channel. I would love to have you. And have a great day, everyone.